Good evening, everyone. I am here sitting on my bed in the dark. Well, there's Monster. And I got a big cup here of iced water with lemon. Today is day 5 with this brainstem disease migraine flare-up. But I did want to just call you up and let you know. I don't know, well, if you saw on my post page a couple days ago a picture of a kitten, I want to update you on that kitten. First, I want to tell you that that evening when I found the kitten, I had just locked up my chickens. And I was coming in the trailer and I heard a kitten crying. So I looked out all in my chicken yard. I looked in different places out there and I couldn't find it, but I kept hearing it. So I went on the outside of the chicken yard in the grass and I was walking around, and that's where I found that kitten. Just one kitten. And picked it up and was holding it, and right away it fell asleep in my arms. Well, I decided not to bring it in because Monster wouldn't bother it, but I was worried about Sadie, my Chihuahua. So one of the neighbors that lives out here on the land was outside, and in the past, when we have found kittens here on the land, she has a friend that lives out in the country and is always looking for cats. She has a barn and she needs barn cats. And last time she came and she got 2 small kittens that were probably just days old. And she took them and nursed them and still has them. So this neighbor said, well, she said, I'll take the kitten in and I'll call my friend. And I said, okay. Well, and of course the neighbor was blaming Miss Kitty, saying that Miss Kitty is the mother. I said, Miss Kitty is not the mother. Anyway, I think it was the next day I was outside and that neighbor had passed by, and all she did was complain about that poor little kitten. She said that the kitten never made any noise until about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was just meowing and meowing and meowing, and she couldn't take it anymore. So she has an elderly cat of her own that's on a lot of medicine. Anyway, she said she couldn't take that meowing of that little kitten no more, so she went outside about 3:45 in the morning, I guess, to put out some food for the feral cats, and she brought that kitten out there and she put it down, and one of the feral cats acted like it was gonna adopt it. Then the day after that, I was walking down to the dumpster and I heard a little meow. And this time a different neighbor was outside. And so I called that neighbor over and we were both looking. And we saw a mama cat, all black. You could tell that she's a mama, if you know what I mean. Because her babies have been drinking off her. And we saw 2 kittens. And they're under some farm equipment and under tall grass, but the mother has been coming out, I guess, looking for food, so I've been giving her food. She doesn't come up to my place. Well, she did actually this morning. I was surprised. I have a picture of her that I need to post. And now, if you've been following me, it was months ago that neighbor that took this kitten in for that one night, she was able to trap, I think, 6 of the feral cats. This was months ago. And she took them down to Garland and got them fixed. And so those, they're not a worry. They got their ears clipped. One ear is clipped, but they could not catch two of them. They couldn't catch, obviously, this all black one. And then there's a black and white one they told me they couldn't catch. I've probably only seen that one once or twice, but I took a picture of that mama cat this morning, eaten up by my trailer, because now I'm not going to go over to that particular neighbor's place, but if I'm outside and she stops to say anything, I'm going to show her that this is the mother. And because me and the other neighbors saw this mother with two babies, and the ear is not clipped. Now, neither is Miss Kitty Cat's ear is not clipped, but she's been around here about 4 or 5 years, about around my place. I don't know where she came from, but I love her, and she loves me, and she loves the chickens, and loves Monster and Sadie. And if she were to have babies, she would probably have them right at my front door and expect me to be bringing them in. Most of you have seen Miss Kitty. You know her personality. She's just lovely. And then there's another cat that's now a cat, but it was a kitten that stays up by my trailer. And her, I think it's a female, her 3 siblings I was able to catch, if you remember, and a nephew of my landlord's that lives out in the country has those, and they are getting fat, he told me, chasing mice and all that good stuff. Plus he does put food down for them. But anyway, that is the update on that kitten. I couldn't take it in, but had I known that she was going to put it back out there, I would have maybe taken it in, because that was before I knew where the mother and the other babies were. So this is, it's part of living out in the country. Now, I'm not way out in the country, but where I live, it is a country setting. And when I first moved out here, it was country. I've talked before about the land that's at the beginning of my road and across the road and wherever, how that was all fields that had cattle when I first moved out here. But developers have bought it and built subdivisions. And ever since I've been out on this land, which is now, well, in September will be 14 years, all kinds of stray animals come up on this land. Some stay, some don't. Some have come up wounded. I mean, anyone that lives out in any kind of country setting knows what I'm talking about. And well, I just wanted to at least update you about that. I did get Happy Mail last week, I think, from Crystal, oh boy, I can't think of the name of her channel. And I will show you that Happy Mail tomorrow. And Crystal, if you see this, thank you. So I'm gonna hang up, and I'm just gonna rest here in the dock for a little bit, because this migraine, I went to my doctor Friday because the migraine started Thursday, and I wanted to get checked out before the weekend, so I was able to get in Friday just with the primary doctor. So she does not treat the brainstem disease, the Chiari malformation, but she documented it, and she did put an order in for a CT scan of my head and my neck because of that fall that I had. She said it's obvious I don't have a broken neck or a broken bone in my head, but I could have a fracture, especially where my bones are not strong from the charcot, CHARCOT. condition. And radiology cannot see me till the 13th. But if I still have this awful migraine tomorrow, I'm going to call there and see if they cannot get me in sooner than the 13th. Either way, hey, God sees exactly where I am with this affliction. God's still God. He's still in control, and He's still the healer. I mean, God, He has all power, and He can just heal me even tonight, and I won't have to worry about nothing. But if God sees fit not to, He's still God, and I still love Him, and I still trust Him, and it's all going to work out just right. I would show you Sadie, but she's sleeping on the floor in her blanket, and she is all underneath her blanket. But Monster's sound asleep. Okay, well, I will talk to you tomorrow, everyone. Have a great night. And remember to be kind to everyone, because somebody's having a bad day. There's some nonsense going around on these YouTube streets. So put on the armor of God and be still and know that He's God, and know that the battle is His. And it's just not worth getting caught up in any drama on these streets. No way. No one has time for any of that. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.